Welcome back, grade 9, to our chapter Linear Equations in Two Variables. In this period, we will move on to our new lesson, Graph of a Linear Equation in Two Variables. Let's start this lesson with a question. How many lines can pass through a given point? Suppose you have a given point, and passing through that, how many lines can be drawn? Let's see if you have a point here. Passing through this, how many lines can you draw? This is one of the lines. Another one, second line, third line. And do you think that's the only line? We still can draw many more lines, right? So we can draw uncountable number of lines passing through a given point. Let us see how does it work on a Cartesian plane. We have looked into the Cartesian plane in chapter 3, coordinate geometry. A Cartesian plane is a plane which is cut into 4 parts using a horizontal line called x-axis and a vertical line called y-axis. They meet at origin, and each point will be represented by coordinates. First one will be represented by the x value, and the second one will be represented by the y value. Now let us see if we have a point on the Cartesian plane. How many lines can you pass through this point? See, for example, this is one line passing through this point. Again, we have second line. For example, we have another line. And you can see, you can create uncountable number of lines passing through this given point. So what can you conclude from this information? Passing through one point, we can draw uncountable number of lines. Infinitely many lines can pass through a given point. So if you have one point, it is not enough to draw a specific line. This will take us to another question. How many points do we need minimum to draw a specific line? On a line, you know, there are millions and billions or uncountable number of points are there on any given line. But to draw a specific line, how many points do you need minimum? So let us take a point here. Let us say this is a point with another point here. So passing through this 2 points, I draw a line. Do you think you can draw another line passing through both of these points? No, you can't. You can draw a line passing through one of the points, but passing through 2 points, you can only draw one and only one line. Same is the case on a Cartesian plane as well. If you have 2 points, you can only draw one line passing through those 2 points. If you have 1 point here and 1 point here, you can only draw one line which passes through both these points. So what do you conclude from here? To draw a specific line, we need a minimum of 2 points so that it will be that specific line. It will not be any other line. So if you are given 2 points, and if 100 students are drawing line, all the lines will look the same. So we conclude that to draw a line, we need only 2 points. So let us see with an example. Graph linear equation in 2 variables. 2x plus y is equal to 4. To graph, we have 2 methods. First method, the easier one. What we have to do is, we draw a table with 3 columns, this way, 3 columns, first x, then y. Here we write two values of x and 2 values of y, so that we will get 2 coordinates, one for x and y, again another x and y. Let's see how does it work. If x is equal to 0, what will be the value of y? 2 times 0 plus y is equal to 4, which means 0 plus y is equal to 4, or y is equal to 4. So if x is equal to 0, y is equal to 4. We directly go and fill it up in the table. If x is 0, y is 4. So 0, 4 is a coordinate. Okay. Now the next one is, if y is equal to 0, what will happen to the equation? So we can write 2x plus 0 is equal to 4, which is 2x is equal to 4, divide by 2, so x is equal to 2. So if x is equal to 2, y equal to 0. X is 2, y is 0. So 2, 0 is another coordinate. So remember, first x, then y. That is very, very important. We already studied in chapter 3 and also in chapter 4, the second lesson. So let us mark. The question is to graph. So of course we should have a Cartesian plane. So in your notebook you can draw an axis, one x-axis, the horizontal axis. In the middle you have 0. To the left are negative, to the right are positive. Above 0 are positive and below 0 are negative. You need to take only points from 6 to -6 and also on the y-axis 6 to -6. That's enough for drawing a graph. So we mark the points 0, 4. Be careful how to mark 0, 4. On the x-axis, go to 0. On the x-axis, go to 0. Then move up to reach 4 because it is positive. So we mark a point here. This is 0, 4. We are done with this one. Now the second point is on the x-axis, go to 2, then 0 steps up. On the x-axis, go to 2, 0 steps up, which is here. So this is the point 2, 0. So we have both the points, and passing through these 2 points, you can draw a line. Passing through these 2 points, we can draw 2 lines. Here it is. So this is the question to graph a line for the given linear equation. This is method 1. In method 2, what we are doing is, this is what in method 2 we are doing a special method which will help you to complete your lesson in higher classes as well. Not only that, even this year in this chapter, it will help you to understand by looking at a graph what will be its equation. So what we have to do is we will rearrange the given equation in a way that y will be alone. So we need to keep y alone. So 3y, let it stay here. So we need to move 6x to the other side. So 3y is equal to plus 6x changes to minus 6x plus 12. We need to keep y alone, so we divide throughout by the number 3. So 3 get cancelled. So y is equal to negative 2x plus 4. Now this is a standard form. We call it as y is equal to mx plus c. This c represents the y-intercept. What number do we have here? The line will meet there on the y-axis. So this is called y-intercept. We will see it on the graph. And this is called the slope. Slope, actually, you need it for higher class only, but still we will see. So here you have, this is the m or the slope, and this is the y-intercept. So at the point plus 4 on the y-axis, the line will meet there. For example, you will see it on the graph here. So let's take the point 4. So positive 4 here. At the point 0, 4 or at the point 4 on the y-axis, the line will meet there. And what does the slope means? We have to see. Negative 2 means go down by 2 steps. We rewrite the number with x in the form of a fraction. You know that you can write it as over 1. So what you have to do is just move 2 steps down. Because it is negative, go 2 steps down. And then what is the denominator? 1. This number will always tell you to move how many steps forward. So 1 step forward. So 1, 2, and 1 step forward. And this is the line of this graph. This graph of the equation. This is the line for the given equation. Once again, first we rewrite the equation in the form y will be alone. So we get an equation like this. And first we will look at the number which is without x and y. If it is a negative number, we will mark a point on the negative part of y-axis. Here it is a positive number, so we mark it on the positive part of the y-axis at 4. Then you will see what's the number with x. And we will rewrite in the form of a fraction if it is not a fraction. Here it is negative 2, so we can write over 1. So negative 2 means you move 2 steps back and then 1 step forward. So we got 2 points, and passing through these 2 points, you can draw a line. This is the second method. This will help you a lot to understand what is the equation for a given line. We will see it from an example. So keep in your mind, this is the slope, which will tell you how many steps up or down. This is called rise over run. This will, if it is negative, you will move down, and if it is positive, you will go up. Run means go always forward. And this letter C will tell you where does the line touch on the y-axis. This is called y-intercept. Let us see from the example. Y is equal to 2x plus 4. Here m is 2, so this is m and this is c. So we can, first step is we can rewrite in the form of a fraction. So this line will touch the y-axis at the point 4. So at the point 4, then 2 steps up, from here 2 steps up and 1 step forward. This is the line. Let us see the second example. Y is equal to 5x minus 2. So C is minus 2 and M is 5. 5 can be written as 5 over 1. So we will start on the y-axis at negative 2. So this is the first point. Then see what is the fraction. 5 steps up and 1 step forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps up and 1 step forward. So that is your second line. Easy, right? Now, let us see the next example. Y is equal to 2x. So we don't have a C, so you can rewrite C is 0. So C is 0 and the slope is 2, which can be written as over 1. So the first point will be at 0 on the y-axis, 2 steps up and 1 step forward. So that is your third line. So easy, right? This is the second method. So first of all, we have to rearrange an equation in this form. Y is equal to mx plus c, and then mark 2 points, join it. That's all. Now let's see another example. Here, c is negative 6, no problem, but there is no fraction, so we can write 1 over 1 is m. So start from negative 6 of y-axis. Then 1 step up, 1 step forward. 1 step up, 1 step forward. And that's your line. Perfect. Let us see another example. Here, this is not in the standard form, so we can write it in the standard form. How? Keep y alone. So 2y is equal to negative 3x plus 6. We change 3, but we don't change 6. But we have to remove 2 so that y will be alone. Y is equal to negative 3 by 2x plus 3. C is equal to 3 and m is equal to negative 3 by 2. Okay, C is 3. On the y-axis, mark a point at 3. Then negative 3 by 2. So go 3 steps down, 1, 2, 3. 2 steps forward. Always the denominator will tell you to move forward, 1, 2. So this is the point and we draw the line. Perfect. So easy, right? So this is the second method. But just to draw a graph, we can follow the method of just drawing a table, marking 0, 0, and then you can point. You can draw the graph. The second method will help you to find out what are the equations corresponding to each of the graphs given below. Let us see the first graph here. It is passing through origin. So C will be 0. And here are the examples. X plus y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 2x. Y is equal to x. And y is equal to 2x plus 1. Here there is no chance of this one because C should be 0. Here C is 0. C is 0. C is 0. So one of them will be the answer. Now what you have to see is from 0, you have to reach the second point. So how many steps you have to go up? 1, 2. 2 steps up and 1 step forward. So 2 divided by 1, this is the value of m. So it should be of the form y is equal to 2x plus 0 or y is equal to 2x. This is the answer. Easy, right? Let us see the second graph. The line is touching at the point 4. You know that it is touching at the point 4. So y is equal to a fraction with x plus 4 because it is touching at 4. Now let us see how to reach the second point. How many steps you have to go down? 1, 2, 3, 4. You are going down, so minus 4 divided by, and you are going back. If you go back, you have to put a minus again. So 1, 2. So by 2 steps. Negative and negative will be positive. 4 by 2 is 2x plus 4. That is the equation. Y is equal to 2x plus 4. Okay. Now the third graph. It is touching at the point negative 4. So you have y is equal to a number with x minus 4. Now from here, how to reach the second point? 1, 2, 3, 4 steps up and 2 steps forward. 4 by 2. So which is 2x minus 4. 2x minus 4, this is the answer. Isn't it easy? Excellent. Let's move on to exercise 4.3, question number 1. Draw a graph for x plus y is equal to 4. We can follow the table method because this is only to draw the graph. So what we have to do is replace x is equal to 0. So when you replace x is equal to 0 in the table, here it is. And we can rewrite 0 plus y will give you 4. So we know that y is equal to 4. So x is 0, y is 4. And in the second case, we take y is equal to 0. So if y is equal to 0, x will be 4. So the points are 0, 4 and 4, 0. Remember, first x, then y. Let's graph it here. We start from x-axis 0, then 4 steps up. X-axis 0, 4 steps up. X-axis 4, don't go up or down, stay at 4. So here it is. So this is the line which passed through 2 points. So this is the graph for the given equation. Is it clear? Let's move on to part 2 of the same question. X minus y is equal to 2. Again, let's draw a table, x and y. If x is equal to 0, what will be the value of y? Be careful, it is negative y is equal to 2. We can say y is equal to negative 2. We just switch between these two signs. This negative will be here. So y is negative 2 when x is equal to 0. Now let us see what will happen to x if y is equal to 0. So x will be equal to negative 0 will have no effect. So if x is 2, y will be 0. So the points are 0, negative 2 and 2, 0. Let's plot it on a plane. In your copybook, you have to draw the graph. Practice to draw a Cartesian plane. Remember, each point, the middle point should be 0 and each distance should be the same. If you use 1 centimeter to the right, all the sides should be 1 centimeter. And remember where is negative and where is positive. So let's mark on the x-axis from 0, 2 steps down. From 0, 2 steps down. This is the first point. On the x-axis, go to 2 and stay there. That's the point. And that is your line passing through the given points, which will mark the graph of x minus y is equal to 2. Let's move on to question 3. Y is equal to 3x. Again, let's draw the table, x and y. If x is equal to 0, what will happen? 3 times 0. So y is also 0. In this question, if you replace the value of y equal to 0, again, you will get the answer 0. So what we have to do is we have to replace x or y by any other number. Let's replace x by 1, for example. So y is equal to 3 times 1. So x is replaced by 1. So y will be equal to 3. So we got that 0, 0 is a point and 1, 3 is a point. So let's mark it on the Cartesian plane. 0, 0 is the point here. And then the next point is 1, 3. So passing through these 2 points, we draw a line. And this is the graph of the equation y is equal to 3x. Question number 1. If x is, let's draw it in the table. If x is equal to 0, what will happen to y? 3 is equal to 2 times 0 plus y, or y is equal to 3. If x is equal to 0, then y is equal to 3. Another one, let's take y is equal to 0. So 3 is equal to 2x plus 0, or we will get the answer. If you take the value of y is 0, it will be a fraction, 3 by 2. So let's replace. 3 is equal to 2x. So x is equal to divide by 2, divide by 2. 3 by 2 is the answer. So if x is 3 by 2, which is 1.5, then the value of y will be 0. So 1.50 is a point. Let's mark it on the plane. 0, 3. On the x-axis, start from 0, 3 steps up. Then 1.50. Go to 1.5 on the x-axis and stay there. So that will be the point. And this is the graph for the equation 3 is equal to 2x plus y. That's all for this period. Let's move on to the homework part. Here you have an equation, y is equal to x plus 2. I want you to draw it in a Cartesian plane to give a line. Draw a table. There are three steps to follow. Draw a table to fill the values of x and y as we did for many of the exercise before. We can just draw a table with 2 points only. Replace the value of x equal to 0, check what is y. Again, replace y is 0 and check what is x. And then mark the 2 points on the Cartesian plane, join them to form a line. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you later.